What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, the network. And today's topic is subsection 5.4a IPv4 access control lists. We already covered standard access control lists. We already covered extended. Today we're going to cover time-based ACLs. This is a topic in the CCNP route exam. It'll be known as the CCNP enterprise exam. So if you're taking the enterprise exam, this is also for you. Let's take a look at the exam blueprint, see where we came from, where we're headed. Hashtag lab every day. All right, this is the exam blueprint for implementing Cisco IP routing, exam code 300-101. I finally figured it out. CCNP Enterprise is 300-401. So if you're watching this video, this is applicable to you most likely. I'm pretty sure they'll have time-based ACLs in that video, in that exam. Again, we covered standard, extended. Today we're going to be doing time-based. After that, we're going to finally move on to subsection 5.4b, IPv4 traffic filter. So we said in the last video that ACLs are like the bouncer at a nightclub, and all the people that's trying to get in are packets, right? So we got the bouncer over here on the left-hand side, right? The bouncer over here on the left-hand side. We also have these packets, are the people that are trying to get into the nightclub, right? The router basically has an RSVP list, or ACL, we call it access control lists, and he checks to see who can come in or who can't come in, right? Now, standard checks the source. It checks who you're coming from, where you're coming from, and that's it. And extended checks your source and destination, and it also checks by port protocol number, right? Now, a time-based ACL, you guessed it, checks the time, right? So basically, it's kind of like happy hour at the nightclub or happy hour at the club, right? We check to see what time you got here and let you know whether you can get the happy hour prices or not. Or it could be just like the time the nightclub opens and the time the nightclub closes. And that's what time-based control access lists, right? If you come here before a certain time, then you can't come in, obviously, or you can't get a certain price. If you come in at a certain time afterwards, then obviously you can't get granted access to the nightclub. Let's take a look at the official definition. So time-based ACLs are only active during a specified time range. You can set the time range to be either periodic, for example, every Tuesday from 8 to 5, or absolute, meaning there's a fixed start and stop time. To configure a time-based ACL, you must specify the time range, then apply it to the ACL, just like standard and extended. This example configured denies access to a server weekdays from 8 to 5. So we're already familiar with this part right here and this part right here. Except the only thing we're adding here is we're defining the time range. So in this case, we do time range. That's why I did it in red. You do time range, you name the time range. In this case, it's example 1. Then you do the type of the time range that it's going to be. In this case, it's going to be periodic, weekdays, 8 to 5. This is military time, so it's 1,700 hours, right? Then you configure the access list, which is what we're familiar with. IP access list extended. You name it, or you can put a number. And then you do deny. I don't know if you could do a number with time-based. I'm not too sure. I'll verify that. Then you pick whether it's permit or deny, the protocol type, the source is any host will be denied to this access, to this server's IP address. The port number is 80, which means HTTP access, right? Know your port numbers. If not, you could put, if you don't know the port number, you can put the name for some protocols. And then you just put the time range. In this case, it's time range, example 1. Then you have to, obviously you want to put permit anybody else that don't match this rule. So permit IP any. And remember, just like any other access control list, there is what is missing at the end. What's not missing? What is implied at the very end? If you know the answer to that, that's your pop quiz for today. If you know the answer to that, what is implied at the very end of every ACL? After that, you go to the interface, and then you just apply the rule. So in this case, IP access group, the name of it, and an inbound or outbound. Let's go ahead and fire up GNS3. I haven't experimented with this lab yet, so I'll fumble way through it on this video. We are going to experiment with time-based access control lists. Again, you can get this from gns3vault.com. Here is the lab we're going to be working with today. I already powered these bad boys on. Scenario is, as the owner of a large Swiss watch company, you would like to make sure your employees are unable to browse the internet during long working hours rather. Time is money, so it's time to find the solution. A lot of time going on here. So all the IP addresses have been configured. OSPF has also been configured. There's only one step to do here. It says configure router tube So users are unable to access the HTTP server on weekdays between 9 and 5, or in this case, 1700 hours, which is military time. So we know we need to put the access control list on the tube router. The first thing we want to do is let's specify the time range before we do the access list. So we're going to go to global config mode. OSPF just came up, and we're going to say to do the time range, you could just do time range just like that. It's a simple one. We know that it's weekdays, so we're just going to call it work_weekdays. Right? That's what we're going to call it. Now we're in that. Now we're going to have to specify what work weekdays are. Well, we know it's periodic. Unfortunately, we have to work periodically. We got the date we got to do here. So in this case, we know it's weekdays because that's what he said, right? Monday through Friday. Well, he says weekdays between 9 and 5, right? So weekdays like that. The starting time is 900 hours, 0900 to the ending time was 1700 hours, which is 5 o'clock, and that's pretty much it. That's our time range there. That's it. We're gonna get out of this, and we could just do a show time range, and you see our time range right here. And notice it says inactive. Why is that? Well, if we do a show clock, we can see it says here it's Friday, March 1st, 2002. So basically, we went back in time like Marty McFly here.
Marty, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you're stuck here.
Whoa, Doc, stuck here? I can't be stuck here. I got a life in 1985.
So let's go ahead and fix the time on the router here. So we're going to do a clock set. Today is actually, oh, we got to get out of this. Can we do it this way? Clock set this way. And then the current time is 2:06. I got to get my daughter in a little bit. 02:06. Seconds is, we'll do 00. The month of the year is August. Come on, man. The day of the year is the 13th. My bad, 13th. The year is actually 2019. And that's it. So now we change the clock. And if we do a show clock, we see that is set correctly. And if we do a show time range, that is still inactive. Interesting. Oh, we didn't fix the clock. We didn't fix the time, did we? No, we left it at 2:06. So clock set, the current time is 0. It's not 02. It's we got to do this in military time. That was the problem. Man, I'm making this complicated over just the time, right? So that's 1400 hours, 14:08, 00 seconds, August 13, 2019. Now we do a show clock. Now it's now that's the correct time. Show time range. Now the time is active. So you got to do military time, unfortunately. Now we can work on what we came to do here. The access control list. Configure terminal. We said to do what access control list we said it is IP access list extended, and then we can name it or put a name. So we're going to call it deny server access, just like that. So IP access list extended, and we'll say deny underscore server underscore access. Now we're in that mode. So now we can create the actual ACL. So we're going to say deny. What are we going to deny here? We're denying HTTP traffic, right? But we're going to do that as the destination. So we know it's TCP. The HTTP is not on here, right? So we're going to say TCP here because we know it's a TCP type of traffic. The source address is going to be coming from STEM, right? 192.168.12.1. That's going to be the source. 192.168.12.1. The wildcard bits, this is a /24 network, so Renee Molnar took it easy on us this time because on extended, he just did all kind of crazy wildcard masks here. So we got our source wildcard mask, and now we got to do our destination. The destination is the loopback. So quad 2, the destination is quad 2. Destination wildcard base is 000.255. And then we're going to say the port number is equal to EQ. We said HTTP traffic. So we're going to say 80, port 80, right? And then we're going to do, now we're going to do the time range. And what was the name of the time range? We said it was called work underscore weekdays, right? We could do a log here just to log matches against this entry. And we'll leave that as is. So how do we verify our access control list? Easy. Show access list like that. And now we can see it's active right now, right? You see that access list right there? And there it is right here. Deny. We might be blocking the rest of this traffic, so OSPF might go down if we don't put a permit statement here. So let's go ahead and permit everybody else. Configure. We're going to say IP access list deny underscore server underscore access. Oh, extended. We got to put the extended keyword here. So now we're in that mode, and we're going to say, we're going to give it a sequence number of 40, and we're going to permit IP any to let the rest of the traffic in. Do show access list to see what we got so far with this access list. So we're going to deny traffic from that guy, HTTP traffic specifically, between the time range of the one that's called work weekdays. So it's active right now, and we're going to log our matches here. So now, okay, so finally we are going to go to take that IP, that access control list, and apply it on the interface. So, well, we said that this guy is going to be trying to log on to here. So that means we need to place the bouncer right here, right? So that's where we need to place the access control list, on tubes FA00. So we know that's a 12 network, so we do a show IP interface brief. That's where we need to place it, right? So we're going to go to global config mode, and we're going to say IP access list. And then, no, we don't want to do that. We want to say interface. We need to go to FA00 access list IP access group. And the name of it is, no, what was the name of it? Let's do show access list and verify. Do show access hyphen list. The name of it was deny server access. So we're going to say IP access group deny underscore server underscore access. We want inbound packets to block, right? So now he's going to be blocking people from coming into the nightclub when whether it's happy hour or not. We do inbound. It should be blocking our traffic now. Way we can verify that while we wait. We do a show IP interface FA00, and you can see right now there's the inbound access list. It's deny server access. So now we should be denying just HTTP traffic, right? We go back to stem and try to telnet to quad 2, use port 80, and now we got a destination unreachable. So we know that being that we got that, now we finally blocked it. I didn't apply the access control list. That was the problem there. Another way we can check that is if we can either change the time, or we can just remove the time. There's the log right there. It tells you right there, deny server access denied. And there's a source port number and everything. So that's how we know it works. What else can we do here? How can we finally let them on? We can either change the time on the server, or we could, let's just remove it all together. We know it'll work though. But let's just remove the access control list from the FA00, right? We're going to go to configure terminal interface FA00, no IP access group inbound, and we do a show IP interface FA00 access list is not set. So now that we've done that, let's see if we can telnet to it now. Telnet quad 2 port 80, and now we got to open. So now since we removed it, now we know it works. That is all I got for y'all today. That is my YouTube page. That is my Twitter handle. Go ahead and add me on Twitter. Send me a message. Let me know what I could do to improve these videos here. Go ahead and leave a comment below if you want a shout out, or if you just have any questions or anything like that, or and share this video and hit the like button so that way I can get some more subscribers and stuff like that. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe to the network. Don't forget to hit that notification bell right next to the subscribe button too.